There comes a moment in every man's life, in every woman's life, when the soul speaks louder than the noise around them. That moment, if grasped, has the power to change the entire trajectory of a life. And let me tell you something. If you're watching this, that moment might just be now, because you didn't come here by accident. You didn't press play because you had nothing better to do. No. Deep down, something inside you is hungry. Hungry for change, hungry for growth, hungry for a life that is bigger, better, and bolder than the one you've been living. And the truth is, if you don't feed that hunger with action, it will eat away at your soul for the rest of your days. So let this be the moment you draw a line in the sand, not a weak one written with your finger, but a deep cut carved in stone with the blade of decision. A decision that says, I will no longer tolerate a life of mediocrity. A decision that declares, I will rise no matter how many times I've fallen. A decision that affirms, I am not here to exist. I am here to live. Understand this, life does not respond to wishes. It does not obey complaints. It does not bend for those who merely hope and pray without lifting a finger. Life responds to one thing and one thing only, action. Relentless, consistent, courageous action. But before you act, you must first believe. Believe that it's possible. Believe that you're worthy, because no amount of strategy or information can replace the fire of belief. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. The world is already too busy doubting people. It doesn't need your contribution. You've been told to be realistic. You've been told to play it safe. You've been told to keep your head down and not dream too big. But let me ask you, where did that advice ever take anyone? Safety is a lie sold by fear. Realism is the excuse of the uninspired, and keeping your head down will only keep you invisible in a world that rewards those who dare to stand tall. You must break the chains of limitation, and those chains, they're not on your hands, they're in your mind. Chains forged by past failures, chains tightened by other people's opinions, chains locked by the fear of the unknown. But here's the secret. Those chains only exist if you believe in them. The moment you decide they have no power over you, they vanish. You are not your past. You are not your circumstances. You are not your job title or your bank account. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. You were born with the power to choose. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose faith over fear. Choose growth over stagnation, and don't you dare wait for motivation to knock on your door. You go out and build it. Every single day you must choose to show up. Choose to do the work, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every day, the small, consistent efforts, the habits, the routines, the invisible hours when nobody's watching. You want to change your life. Then start by changing your day, just one day. Wake up with purpose, speak with intention, move with power, learn something new. Do one thing that scares you, and when you do it today, do it again tomorrow, and again the next day. Stack your days like bricks, and soon you'll have built an empire. People ask, what's the secret to success? There is no secret. It's not hidden, it's not complicated, it's simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. The truth is, most people won't do it. They'll hear this, feel inspired, and tomorrow they'll go right back to their excuses. But not you. You're still listening, and that means you're different. You were born for something greater, and the world needs what you have, your voice, your vision, your fire, but none of it will matter unless you act. So start now. Stop waiting for permission. Stop needing everything to be perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You'll never feel 100% ready. That's how you know it's time to move. When the voice of doubt whispers, you can't. You shout back, watch me. When fear says, what if you fail? You say, then I'll rise again. When life says, stay down, you answer, I wasn't built to break. Greatness doesn't shout, it whispers. It whispers in the quiet of the morning when you're tempted to hit snooze. It whispers when no one's watching and you still choose excellence. It whispers when you take the stairs instead of the elevator, when you read instead of scrolling, when you choose growth instead of gossip. Don't chase approval, chase improvement. Don't chase comfort, chase your calling. Don't chase things, build character, the money, the accolades, the recognition. They're byproducts of becoming the person you were meant to be. Let go of the past. Stop carrying your old mistakes like a badge of shame. They were lessons, they were teachers. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every trial, every setback, every tear has been shaping you into someone who cannot be defeated. And when people don't understand you, when they mock your discipline, when they question your fire, smile, because most people fear what they don't understand. They live behind locked doors while you are choosing to break free. This life is yours. You don't owe anyone an explanation for wanting more. You don't have to apologize for your ambition. You are not here to fit in. You are here to stand out. You are not here to coast. You are here to climb. The next time you feel tired, remember this. Your future self is begging you not to quit. They're standing at the top of the mountain, calling your name, telling you, keep going. Because every minute you waste, every excuse you entertain, every fear you surrender to, it costs you the life you could have lived. So don't just listen to this once and move on. Come back to it every day. Let it remind you of who you are. Let it call out the warrior within. Let it fuel you when you're tired, anchor you when you're lost, and lift you when you fall. Because this is not a video, it's a mirror. And in it you will either see the same excuses you've always made, or the unstoppable force you were always meant to become. So what will it be? Then rise with urgency in your steps. Wake up each morning as if the clock is ticking on your destiny, because it is. Every second wasted in hesitation is a second you rob from your future. You cannot afford to wait for inspiration to strike. Inspiration doesn't fall from the sky. It grows from your commitment, from your grind, from your decision to show up, rain or shine, win or lose. You must become addicted to progress, not perfection. Progress. Don't let a bad day become a bad life. Don't let one mistake convince you that you're off track. You're not off track. You're learning. The only way to fail is to quit. Everything else is just training. Every tear, every stumble, every lonely hour is building something in you. Something that cannot be bought or borrowed. Character, and hear me clearly, the world makes room for the man or woman who knows where they are going. Life moves for the person who refuses to sit down. Fortune favors the bold, not the brilliant. It rewards courage more than credentials. Your power is not in your past, not in your pedigree, it's in your persistence. You want to be free, then discipline must become your closest ally. Freedom doesn't come from doing what you want. It comes from mastering what must be done. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's doing the work when the mood is gone. It's facing the mirror, telling yourself the truth, and doing what's necessary, not just what's convenient. Don't talk about it, be about it. People are tired of words. Talk doesn't build empires, talk doesn't move mountains, action does, results do. You don't need to convince anyone. Your life will be your argument, your results will silence the room. Start today with a question: what does the highest version of me do right now? And then do that. Every moment, every choice, that is how lives change, not in one grand explosion of motivation, but in quiet, focused decisions repeated day after day. Success is not a mystery, it's a formula: vision plus action, multiplied by belief, multiplied by discipline, multiplied by time. That is the equation. The more consistent your effort, the more inevitable your success. The results may not come overnight, but they will come. The harvest always arrives for the one who sows daily. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be to start. And if you're willing to stay the course, to outlast the doubt, to push past the fear, you will be amazed at who you become. The most dangerous version of you is the one who no longer needs external validation, the one who keeps promises to themselves, the one who doesn't need to be told to work, they're already working, doesn't need to be told to train, they're already training, doesn't need to be pushed, because they push themselves. Stop trying to convince the world. Convince yourself. Get crystal clear on what you want. Burn the image into your mind. Let it become an obsession. You've been casual with your dreams for too long, and casualness creates casualties. But when you get serious, when you get obsessed, your energy shifts. You stop tolerating weakness. You stop negotiating with fear. You stop asking for permission. The future belongs to those who claim it with fire, with faith, with focus, and make no mistake. You will be tested. Life will throw storms your way. Friends will leave. Money will run low. Doubt will whisper. But the fire within you must burn hotter than the storm around you. You must become so rooted in your vision that no setback can shake you, so grounded in your mission that nothing can distract you, so focused on your path that even when it hurts you keep walking, and when you get tired, and you will remember this, fatigue is part of the process, pain is part of the price, but if you endure, if you push just a little further than you think you can, that's where the breakthroughs live. That's where the transformation happens, not in comfort, not in ease, but in the moments when you keep going even though everything in you screams to stop. You must keep your standards high even when your circumstances are low. Because who you become when no one's watching, that is your true power, that is the real work, that is the real you. If you want the world to take you seriously, take yourself seriously first. Dress like it. Speak like it, move like it, think like it, act like the person you are becoming, embody it, breathe it, declare it. People ask, what if I fail? I ask, what if you never try? What if your greatest regret is not what you did, but what you didn't do? What if you've been sitting on genius, on power, on potential, because you're too afraid of being uncomfortable? Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort is the graveyard where dreams go to die. Don't live your life trying to stay safe. That's not what you were built for. You were built to climb, to conquer, to create, and understand. No, one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you success. If you want it, you must take it. Own your mornings, own your mind, own your habits. Build yourself from the ground up. Because when you do, you become unstoppable. Not because the path gets easier, but because you get stronger. Every single day is a vote for the life you want or the life you fear. Each decision, how you wake up, how you speak to yourself, how you respond to adversity, casts a vote. The question is, are you voting for your vision or voting for your limitations? You cannot become the person you're meant to be while clinging to the habits of the person you used to be. You can't build a new life with the same old mindset. Transformation requires sacrifice, the sacrifice of laziness, the sacrifice of distractions, the sacrifice of trying to please everyone but yourself. Because the price of success is always paid in advance, and most people aren't willing to pay it. But if you are, if you choose to pay that price in sweat, in focus, in discipline, then you begin to live in a world most never touch. A world where you don't chase opportunity. Opportunity finds you. A world where doors open not because of luck, but because of the preparation you did when no one was watching, because you showed up on days when most people stayed home, because you invested in your growth instead of your comfort. There is nothing noble about shrinking to make others feel comfortable. Stop diluting your power. Stop toning down your dreams to make small minds feel big. The world does not benefit from your mediocrity. It benefits from your greatness when you step fully into who you are. Unapologetic, bold, focused. You give others permission to do the same. You have to want this life more than you want approval, more than you want sleep, more than you want distractions. When the vision is big enough, the excuses disappear. Your vision must be so strong that it burns in your chest and pulls you forward even when your legs are tired. And don't fall into the trap of comparison. Comparison is a thief, a liar. It will tell you you're not enough. It will trick you into forgetting how far you've come. You are not here to be like anyone else. You are here to master your own lane. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Every single challenge in your life is not here to stop you. It's here to sharpen you. Pressure creates diamonds. Fire refines gold, and struggle reveals strength. You don't know how powerful you are until you're tested. You don't know how far you can go until you've been pushed to your edge, so let life push. Let it press, let it provoke you, because it is not here to destroy you. It is here to deliver you to the next level, to the higher version of yourself, and the key is this: don't run from the resistance. Run to it, lean into it, let it build you. The discomfort you feel right now, that's the growing pain of transformation. That's your old self fighting to stay alive while your new self is trying to emerge. And if you keep moving, keep choosing growth, you'll look back one day and not even recognize who you used to be. Every great story begins in the dark. Every hero rises from the shadows. Don't despise your darkness. Use it. Use the pain, the doubt, the fear. Turn it into fuel. Turn it into purpose. Let it drive you to do the work that others are unwilling to do. And if the road gets lonely, that's okay. It's supposed to be. The higher you rise, the fewer people will understand your journey. Most people won't get it, and they don't need to. You weren't called for a crowd. You were called for a purpose. Purpose is what wakes you up when the bed is warm and the world is quiet. Purpose is what makes you keep grinding when the results haven't shown up yet. Don't confuse delay with denial. Just because it's taking longer than you expected doesn't mean it isn't happening. Keep sowing. Keep planting. Keep watering your vision. Growth is silent. Change is slow. But if you stay the course, the breakthrough will come. You will not always be motivated. That's why you must become disciplined. You will not always feel strong. That's why you must train your mind. Discipline is what carries you when motivation fails, and mental toughness, that is built through repetition. Every time you choose the hard path, every time you reject ease for excellence, you're forging an iron will. And that will, that inner power, is your greatest asset. With it, nothing is impossible. Without it, even the simplest task becomes a mountain. So protect it, feed it, develop it, read every day, train every day. Reflect every day. Become the architect of your mind and the commander of your destiny. You must learn to live by principle, not by pressure. Most people fold the moment life gets heavy, but the ones who rise, the ones who break through, they live by a code. A personal code that says, I show up no matter what. It's not about feeling ready. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about becoming the person who moves with purpose, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Every single day, you must make a declaration. Today, I will not be a victim of my mood. I will not be ruled by distractions. I will not be seduced by temporary pleasure. That declaration, when repeated and lived, becomes your armor. It becomes the foundation you build your new life upon. You must be as committed to your discipline as others are committed to their excuses. Excuses are lies wrapped in comfort. They feel good in the moment, but they rob you in the long run. They steal your potential. They kill your confidence. Every excuse you accept makes it easier to accept the next. But every excuse you reject builds your strength, builds your belief, builds the muscle of action that makes you unstoppable over time. And listen carefully. Your destiny is not waiting for approval. It's waiting for action. There are people less qualified than you living the life you dream of, simply because they started. While others hesitated, they moved. While others doubted, they decided. While others waited, they worked. You don't get to complain about results you didn't work for. You don't get to wish for a new life while clinging to old habits. You don't get to say you want change and then keep feeding your distractions. Change demands honesty, brutal, unshakable honesty, the kind that looks in the mirror and says, this is on me, and that's good news, because that means I have the power to fix it. There's a version of you you haven't even met yet, a version that's leaner, sharper, more focused, a version that doesn't quit on hard days, that doesn't fold under pressure, That version is not built by chance. It is built by choice, and you build it every single day you refuse to be ordinary. Ordinary people do what's easy. Extraordinary people do what's necessary. That's the difference, not talent, not luck, not background, just the decision to keep going when it's tough, to get up when you fall, to keep your word when no one's watching, and you don't need anyone to believe in you, except you. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission. Stop seeking validation. Start becoming undeniable. Let your discipline speak for you. Let your results announce you. Let your excellence make the noise. You want more, then become more. Invest in yourself daily. Learn what others ignore. Train when others sleep. Think when others coast. Move while others make excuses. Because while they're busy scrolling, complaining, quitting, you're building, you're becoming, and yes, it's going to be hard. Change is not supposed to be easy. If it were, everyone would do it, but the hard is what makes it valuable. The struggle is what makes it rare. Anyone can stay the same, few choose to grow. That's why success is reserved for those who refuse to be comfortable with average. You don't need a new year, a new month, or a new week to start. You just need a new decision, one moment, one choice. That's all it takes to change everything, and the best part, you can make that choice right now. You can draw the line. You can say, from this moment forward, I move different, I think different, I live different. And when that decision is real, the world responds, people take notice, opportunities open. Energy shifts, because when you change, everything around you starts to change. Not because the world bends to your will, but because your mindset begins to filter what matters and what doesn't, what serves you and what doesn't, what builds you and what breaks you, and over time, those small shifts become seismic. A new way of thinking leads to a new way of acting. A new way of acting leads to new habits, and new habits lead to a new life. It is inevitable if you refuse to quit. You must train yourself to fall in love with the process. Not the finish line, not the applause, not the praise, the process, the grind, the repetition, the unseen hours. Because that's where greatness is born. Anyone can be inspired for a moment, but only the disciplined can endure for a lifetime. You don't need hype, you need habits. You don't need motivation, you need momentum. Each day you wake up, you have a chance to prove something, not to the world, but to yourself, to prove that you are not the same person you were yesterday, that you are a little sharper, a little more focused, a little more resilient. The most powerful transformation is not external, it's internal. It's invisible at first, but eventually it shows in your walk, in your talk, in your decisions, in your life. And that's when you start to operate from a different frequency. You stop chasing because now you attract. You stop begging because now you command. You stop wondering if you'll make it because now you know you're built for it, the self. Doubt fades not because the world changed, but because you did. You trained your mind to rise above fear, above weakness, above the noise. You must protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Your energy is your edge. Guard it from gossip. Guard it from negativity. Guard it from distractions that disguise themselves as entertainment. Every time you say yes to nonsense, you say no to your future. Be ruthless with your focus. Be selective with your time. Be obsessed with your growth. And remember, you don't have to be extreme, just consistent. Small steps taken daily lead to massive change. One more rep, one more page, one more disciplined decision. Stack enough of those and you build momentum. Stack enough momentum and you create a shift. Stack enough shifts and your life begins to transform. Not by accident, but by design. You must become the type of person who doesn't need a reward to work, who doesn't need to see instant results to stay consistent, because you understand that every seed takes time to grow, and most give up right before the breakthrough. Most stop watering the soil just as the roots begin to take hold. But not you. You will not retreat. You will not surrender. You will keep showing up, because that's who you are now. When you decide to change your life, the old you will fight to survive. Old habits will whisper, Old friends will question, old fears will scream, but you must keep walking. Keep choosing your vision over your comfort, your destiny over your distractions, because each step you take in faith weakens the voice of doubt. And one day that voice will be silent, not because it stopped talking, but because you stopped listening. You don't need more time. You need more commitment. You don't need more luck. You need more discipline. You don't need a miracle. You need a strategy, a schedule, a standard. You already have the tools. The only thing missing is the decision to use them. If you want to live different, you must think different, move different, believe different. And that begins right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Momentum fades, doubt creeps in, the fire cools, and life keeps moving whether you do or not. So don't just be inspired, be ignited, be changed. Be relentless in your pursuit of who you were born to become. Let your ambition offend the average. Let your standards rise so high that anything less than your best feels unacceptable.